Hey guys, how's it going? So the tip today, or the bit of advice today, has to do with no gi and when you should start training no gi. Now this is pretty controversial in the sense that I'm a gi guy. 16 years I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I started in the gi. I favor the gi. I train no gi as well, but I favor the gi. So it's going to be a little biased, but what I can tell you is that all the old timers, and I've been to Brazil, I've trained in Brazil, all the old timers, all the pros, all the guys who've been training 20, 30 years will tell you that if you want the finest technique and you want the finest no-gi game, you have to train in the gi. And that training in the gi, what it does is it sharpens your defensive abilities because there are more ways to attack in the gi than there is outside of the gi. Also, the gi slows the game down and sort of evens out the physical attributes that your opponents might have against you. So it makes it just a little bit more slower, a little bit more technical, and the threat of submissions is higher in the sense that if you get caught in a triangle in no-gi, if you're sweaty enough, you can wiggle your way out. You're able to use physical attributes to get out a little bit easier than you are in the gi when there's a whole lot of friction at play. When you can actually stick your hands in and manipulate the gi to maybe turn it into a collar choke as well. When you can slow somebody down by using the gi. So when you have those type of things that you have to worry about when you're practicing in a gi, and then you take off the gi, well, guess what? You've just freed yourself of all those, all those things that you had to watch out for, but you're also mentally sharper. Your technique is going to be sharper in that, okay, now you know, hey, listen, this is what I normally look for. This is what I normally expect when I'm in the guard, when I'm trying to pass the guard, or when somebody's attacking me with a submission when I'm wearing the gi. I no longer have to worry about the grips. I no longer have to worry about them slowing me down. I can be more precise in my movements, and that preciseness is going to pay dividends in the sense of I'm going to be able to attack much better. I'm going to be able to understand why the submission works, why it doesn't work, and I'm going to be able to just take my game and transform it and be better at it and learn the no-gi game. To no-gi's credit, there's a lot more physical attributes that are involved when doing no-gi. So if you're a wrestler, if you're athletic, you're going to have those advantages. You see the top competitors in the world today wear blue belts and purple belts. They can tap out, black belt world champions in the gi because it's a different game. The advantage that the gi player has, specifically, those world-class, black belts who are, trained primarily in the gi is that they can go and they can train for 1 to 2 weeks and they can bring their game up to the standard of where it is in no-gi. Which is why for the most part, you'll see a lot of the no-gi world champions do tend to come from a heavy gi background. There are exceptions to the rule, obviously. The top guy in no-gi right now, Gordon Ryan, he trains predominantly without the gi. There are always exceptions to the rule. When do I think is a good time for somebody to start training no-gi? I would say if you're a beginner and you just started off with the gi in the uniform, I would really wait until you're in a blue belt with a couple stripes to really go into the no-gi game and to really start to develop it. The only reason is I like to see a lot of technique, a lot of precision, a lot of being able to escape from tough situations in a gi before, I like to see, my training partners or students or, however you call it, go and try to, take off the gi and compete in no-gi. So I would say, hey, listen, if you have about a year to a year and a half training, feel free to take off the gi and, do as much no-gi as you want. For the most part, at the academy that I train, we have no-gi once a week. It's a popular class. A lot of people come to it. It tends to run maybe about 70 minutes or so. It's on a Saturday as well, and a lot of people come to it. And sometimes it'll be people that I don't really see training a whole lot of gi, and they come to it, and that's fine. I like to do the class too. I have a lot of fun with it. You can do it at the same time as your training gi. Just understand that you'll really have a much better, sharper, and finer technique if you wear that gi first, and then you go into no gi second. Till next time.